Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of my favorite 30 guitarists of all time. This is pick number 26. We're counting down all the way to number one. Our favorite guitar players across any genre that we like, right? Hard to pick just 30. If you're a student of the guitar, if you love guitar players, if you listen to a lot of guitar-based music, you know there's a ton of guitar players out there. As someone who's been following guitar players and music since the mid 70s, that's many decades of amassing favorite players and idolizing favorite players. So picking 30 is not easy. There's some really good ones that aren't making my list, but it doesn't mean I don't love them, but can only pick 30. So for today, for pick number 26, let me bring him out to the stage. He's still thrilling audiences worldwide from that great state of Texas. We're talking about Mr. Billy Gibbons. That's right. Guitarist, vocalist of ZZ Top. Man who has played many great Les Pauls over the... he plays lots of guitars, right? Les Pauls and Flying V's and Strats and all sorts of other guitar players. I've seen him play SGs and, funky looking guitars. And, as far as like one of the preeminent blues rock guitar players of the last 50 plus years, he's up there. Absolutely up there for sure. Amazing tone, very original player, right? He's one of those guys, and Tala agrees. She's down there listening to my every word, and she's like, yes, Billy, ZZ Top, love ZZ Top. A guy who can say so much with just a couple notes, where sometimes it takes other players many, many notes to say something, right? He's just a few notes. The phrasing, the tone, all those things. I mean, Billy is like, one of those tone master guys for sure. So, as far as picking out my three favorite albums, I think this was fair. I think for me, it was more difficult picking out the solo than the three albums. I think the three albums kind of speak for themselves. I mean, for me, I'm going to go all the way back to ZZ Top's first album as one of my favorite three albums featuring, spectacular guitar playing from him. Somebody been shaking your tree. Brown Sugar is just immense. That's one of my favorite ZZ Top songs. So good. Going down to Mexico. I mean, Neighbor, so good. Certified Blues, Barbecue Love Affair, Bedroom Thing. There's so many great songs on here. Squonk, just a great bluesy album, early bluesy album. It's still a little psychedelic, right? Carrying over from the 60s, but just fantastic. Right out of the gate, the guys just knock it out of the park. My number two is going to be, of course, my beloved Tres Hombres. This to me, this is the number one. This is the album to me that this best exemplifies all that Billy Gibbons is all about. Waiting for the bus, Jesus Just Left Chicago, Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, Master of Sparks, Precious and Grace, LaGrange is on here. Have You Heard? Chic, Move Me On Down the Line, Hot Blue and Righteous. Like I said, every track on here is a banger. Just a great example of how to, incorporate the blues into kind of like hard rock music and just so tasty. He's one of these guys, like I said, doesn't need to do a big 3-bar solo. It's just, he can just a quick little burst. And it's like, that's Billy. And it just wows you, right? So good. And I'm going to go, this was tough because I could have picked Rio Grande Mud. I could have picked Fandango. Ultimately, I could have picked Eliminator. His playing is great on Eliminator, right? But ultimately, I decided to go with Deguayo. Deguayo is one of those albums I think in recent years has really kind of risen for me. I always liked it. This is the first ZZ Top album I really got into. But man, there's just some great stuff. There's some tasty playing on here. I Thank You. She Loves My Automobile. On Band, I'm Nationwide. Cheap Sunglasses. Dust My Broom is so good. Manic Mechanic, just so good. Just good, beefy, bluesy, grungy guitars all over this album. Just so good. I mean, the tone, the production of this album. I mean, Billy's just got this very, very unmistakable tone. It's just so good. So, that's my third pick. And as far as songs go that have my favorite Billy guitar solo, I mean, I wrestled with a lot. I almost picked, because it's a great solo, I almost picked Rough Boy, which I think is one of his more lyrical, lengthy solos. But then I started listening to a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, I want to go with the unpredictable, kind of like herky-jerky, tossing all sorts of little nasty licks in Billy Gibbons' guitar solo. So ultimately, I went with one of my favorite songs from the band, And I went with Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers from ZZ Top's Tres Hombres album. And the reason being, I love the way it's just got this sense of reckless abandonment. And he's just pulling in doing all these little licks and little cool little things that, like, you know, on the surface don't seem to make a lot of sense. And it spirals through like certain little sections of the song. Like, he stops, then he comes back in again. And the tone is just so nasty and dirty. It's so Billy Gibbons. I really love it. And it's like, you know, if there's an example of Billy Gibbons shredding, but not in a traditional sense, I think Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers is that song. So, yeah, that's my pick. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers contains my favorite Billy Gibbons solos. And the 3 albums are, of course, you know, these 3 right here. So let us know what you think of Billy Gibbons down in the comments below. But more importantly, your pick for today, pick number 26. And of course, we'll see you tomorrow for number 25, right as we march our way to number 1. Till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. We'll see you soon here with more stuff. Don't forget, in case you missed it, we posted it late last night because Chris and I recorded pretty late. The latest episode of the Sabbath Stones, talking about new Sabbath releases in the news, as well, you know, archival stuff, as well as we talk about how the first 6-album run right out of the gate from the debut to Sabotage could be one of the great 6-album runs to start a career from anybody. So we talk about that on the Sabbath Stones, so check that out here on the channel. We've got the Monsters Den coming up tonight. We've got tomorrow, we've got myself and Martin Popoff at the Fun House bright in the AM, so stay tuned for that. I don't think we're doing a Professor's Pick tomorrow because Ken alerted me that it's a really, really light week with new releases that he's gotten in, so maybe not enough for his show, so we might not do that tomorrow. And then we've got, of course, the UK Connection over the weekend. It's AOR Melodic Rock episode. Once again, we're going to that on Saturday. And then Sunday, I will be ranking the albums alongside Rich Catino of the great German power metal band Gamma Ray. So lots to come here on the channel. Also, I am actually going to be hitting a record store, Dark Side Records in Poughkeepsie, New York, along with Brendan Snyder tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get that posted either probably Saturday. And we'll do a little video from Dark Side Records as Brendan Snyder and I go walking through and looking at seeing what they got over there, maybe buying some stuff and doing a little record store episode. So that's coming up over the weekend as well. So lots happening. Hope to see some of you folks at Dream Theater and Dream Theater. Geez, it's early. Deep Purple and yes, at Bethel Woods Friday evening. I will be there along with Eric Porter. Count Ralphus will be there. Steve Keeler will be there. Lynn Versace will be there. A whole bunch of us will be there hanging out, enjoying Deep Purple and yes, at Bethel Woods in Bethel, New York. So the old Woodstock site. So for those of you who are either on the fence or going, come look for us. We'll be there. We'll be out in the parking lot before the show, and we'll be out in the lawn. So if you happen to stumble upon us, say hello, and we'll see you then. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you real soon with more content. Don't forget Monsters Den tonight. Let me bring to the stage one last time Mr. Billy Gibbons. He's my pick today. We'll see you tomorrow for another one. Till then, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks. Bye-bye.